Bitcoin is trying to move here again into higher levels and potentially make a new all-time high. But we have to be right now really careful, even if we would go higher. I will show you why this is most likely a massive trap to catch you off guard and what levels to look out for. Let's go. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in here on this Tuesday today. Yeah, beautiful day here also in the markets, and we jump directly in today's content here. Just let me know, do you hear a little background noise like from a fan or something? Let me know, because then I turn it off. So just let me know in the chat while I move on here with the content. So, and something else, guys, if you're here for the first time, don't forget that you should smash the like button and also hit the subscribe button. Really important, guys. Every single one of you is important to me here. Now, the DXY is continuously moving into the upside. And the reason for that is that we have uncertainty in France. The euro is a little bit weak, is what I saw today. And there's also some discrepancies in the stance of the Federal Reserve right now. That is leading to that the dollar is moving a little bit up. But regardless of that, that has not really huge impact on Bitcoin, even though Bitcoin is moving down here a little bit right now. The dollar has nothing to do with that. Something else notable to mention here is that we have absolutely insane ETF inflows. Not only yesterday, I also saw some data from today already. So here yesterday, almost 10,000 Bitcoins were bought in total by all the ETFs. Nobody sold, everybody basically bought, besides here Grayscale and HODL did not disclose, I think. And here BRRR, is that BlackRock? No, I don't know who that is. So yeah, but they also did not buy anything. So, but I believe that this, I think that was the second week, the second daily high for ETF buys since the inception in January. So really bullish here, and today is not much different when it comes to the ETF. So now when we're looking here at the Bitcoin chart on the weekly, so what we can clearly see is Bitcoin gets currently rejected from this downward sloping trend line that is acting as resistance. Not really surprising. I still believe by the end of the week that we are most likely above that line. If we are not above that line, then expect in the following week a small pullback. And in that pullback, altcoins will do overall well, guys. So don't be mistaken here. We will have here a Morningstar pattern unfolding, but then the following week you get a reversal back to the upside. So this will be really short-lived if that would be actually come into fruition. And now here on the daily chart, also here you see same line. We are fighting with that. We have put in here multiple wicks to the upside, which are usually not a good sign. Also the MACD is losing momentum. And the VPVR, the point of control, is currently sitting at $118,000, the 1.618 level here on this daily chart. I have mentioned multiple times why this is such a crucial level. Nothing has really changed about that. But the first major warning sign today, guys, major warning sign will be if we close below this downward sloping trend line. So and currently that would be at around $123,700. When we go then into the super gap here on the daily, here also a pattern that I see here that's unfolding that I wanted to point out for you guys, and that is the first upwards wave here. So look here at this here. Let me just make this a different color. So look at this here, the way how we moved up here. So now I want you to compare that to over here. So resemblance is definitely there, you know. So but what happened after we put in here on the top a red candle, we came down into the super gappy ribbon. So and something similar will be also happening here. So we will come into the ribbon here a little bit, most likely to like $120,000, and then get a turnaround from there. Let me see. Also the volatility index the volatility indicator had broken down here over the last week or so, and it's now finding momentum again to go back to the upside. That means high volatility is coming back also here into the market, and that volatility will most likely lead to a move to the downside. So it might be that this will be really, really quick and more or less painless, because it will be just pop and we go back up. So that is something that I'm looking currently at. So if you don't have limit orders set in these areas here, all the way down to like $118,700, $117,000, you're gonna miss that move when it's happening, most likely. So for that reason, you need to have your limit orders in place. Also here, the previous all-time high over here is still acting as resistance. Unless we are flipping this into support here on the daily chart, this will keep acting as resistance, and we're gonna get a rejection from there, most likely here to the neckline of the W pattern, which is at around $117,000 right now. Then here, look at this ugly candle. So this is nothing else than a liquidation hunt, or a stop hunt to get people out of their positions. So that is a really, really ugly bearish engulfing here. You can see that if I go to the hourly chart, look at this. Massive bearish engulfing here to the downside. Now sell signal on the stochastic RSI. RSI going down. MACD is turning bearish. So there is maybe more downside already in the cards for us. Basically in a little bit less than 3 minutes. So the next 1 hourly candle could just go straight here, all the way down to at least 121,000, maybe even all the way down here to $119,600. So like I said, that is most likely a play that will happen over 2-3 hours really quickly, and then we turn around and continue to go upwards. Now, if you want to catch one of these plays here, I can give you the next potential trade setup, basically two. So one would be if we actually come here all the way down to $120,800, and then you trade this all the way up here to $126,700. So that is a 4% move to the upside. That's a nice intraday trade with a stop loss here at $120,280. So you see here that is a 0.5% stop loss against a 4% profit to the upside. Definitely worth to take this here. So, and why do I have here that dashed line as the target if we move first down? Because if you look a little bit closer, then you see that we are forming here another W pattern on a higher on the 1 hourly chart. So, and if this W pattern breaks to the upside, and that's the other trade. So if we just reverse from here right now and keep pushing higher from here, then you have here a technical target to the upside of $128,850 approximately. So either way, you can position yourself for this quite easily. You set limit orders here all the way down from $121,000 to $120,800 approximately, and otherwise you just set an alarm to $125,000. So once we are breaking $125,000, I expect that we will keep pushing into higher levels and then break here that neckline of the W pattern, and we just keep flying into higher prices here, into new all-time highs. And then you can trade here that overall setup. So one alarm at 125 and the next one at 125,750, so that you can market enter once we are crossing that line here. So if you want to trade anywhere, guys, trade on BLOFIN. You will get up to $5,000 in welcome bonuses. Plus, it's non-KYC, really, really important. And I have currently also a trade running on BLOFIN. I'm going to show you that in a moment. Yeah, my Bitcoin trade is not doing so well from yesterday. Might be still plus minus. Yeah, might be break even. I think it's around break even, so that's fine. So, but anyways, BLOFIN, guys. Sign up on BLOFIN if you don't have an account there yet. Good platform to trade on. Now, what do I expect here in the short term? From Bitcoin on the 4-hourly time frame. So first of all, we are back at printing red pinkish candles on the MDX algo scalp gradient. So, and we have here a bearish divergence happening. So here, this plot here is always a bearish divergence in the price action that happens after you got here bearish divergence already on the react indicator. So now I expect that we move here in the next coming hours one more time up, making a lower high to $125,400, and then start moving down to $120,800, what I just mentioned, and from there start pushing back to the upside. So why do I believe that we are going to $120,800? Because we have here a small buy wall, and I think that buy wall will be taken out just to deviate below that, and then from a deviation we get the momentum that we need to go back to the upside. So the react indicator is currently also moving here more in a downwards trajectory, which is again giving us credence to the fact that there is definitely more downside right now in Bitcoin than upside. So I'm not bearish overall on Bitcoin, don't get me wrong. You know, I'm extremely bullish on Bitcoin, but we will see here pullbacks while we are going up. That's absolutely normal. So if you're here around for a while, you have seen that multiple times happening here already. And the other thing that is happening many times here over and over in the price action is that you get here a rounding top at some point, and then you reverse, and then you get here that move back to the to higher levels. Here also on the liquidation levels chart, you see here more and more late long positions moving in between. Let me actually move this here. Between $122,800 to $119,800, so $3,000 spread in between. So that is definitely now a major target to drive price down to, and would coincide with the 50 moving average at around $120,000 more or less currently. So do we go below the 50 moving average? Maybe. I'm not so sure about that we actually go below that, but we could start to go a little bit sideways with the 50 moving average, because the 50 moving average is almost going up here in a vertical direction, you know, so that is never sustainable. And at some point, either price comes to touch the 50 moving average, or the 50 moving average is catching up with price and is then curving here around like this, you know, and then the price is just doing something like this and continues to go here into higher levels. So, but this will be happening here really soon, guys. I give that, yeah, less than 2 days. In less than 2 days, we are gonna taking out here all these levels. So, and this is a good opportunity to build a new position if you don't have right now a Bitcoin position already. Then on the liquidation heat map, let's see what happened here. So to the upside, there is right now some liquidity concentrated here on the short side. $126,400 and $500 would be the target. So there is, wow, there's like $350 million is concentrated in that area here. But below us is so much more liquidity, all the way down to $117,000. It would make way more sense for a market maker to start moving price down instead of moving it up, because everybody will start shorting and thinking, oh, this is the bull market top, you know, this is it, that's the end. That's what everybody will assume, and it's actually not, you know. So we just go get some fuel to push back to the upside. Now the Bitcoin dominance is again moving into the downside today. Oh no, sorry, I'm here on a weekly chart. We have to go to a daily chart. So here, daily chart, yeah, still moving to the downside, same like yesterday. That's why most of the altcoins performing quite well here today, even though Bitcoin is going down and they're holding up. The overall trajectory has not changed. And yeah, nothing really more to say to that. We are waiting basically here for 58.4% to be broken, and then we're gonna get a nice impulse into lower levels. If you want to trade altcoins, guys, most of my altcoin trades are still happening on Bybit. I have also still here a Bybit card, so today I actually have it here, so I can show it to you. So here, my Bybit card. Come on, zoom in. There, my Bybit card. I pay everything with that. I was just shopping again with my Bybit card. So you should definitely get one. I get 10% cash back every single time when I use it, and you get $30,000 here in welcome bonuses if you sign up on Bybit. There is a link in the description. And again, I'm trading a lot there, and there's also some new stuff coming with Bybit here really soon. So you should definitely make sure that you have there an account. So now the total free market cap tried to break to $1.2 trillion, got rejected at $1.19 trillion. and has an indecision candle right now. I'm not really concerned about that. I still believe in the next coming days that we are going above $1.2 trillion and will move really quickly in direction of 1.4. So there is a massive target on that level here right now once we're breaking 1.2. So here from 1.2 to 1.4, that will happen really quickly. And that will add another $200 billion in altcoin liquidity injection to the altcoin market, which will prop up, of course, all altcoins, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So Ethereum is not that far away from its prior all-time high and also from the high from today. $4,683 right now. So we're going here into some lower time frames. Here also indecision candle. That could be turning out to be a really ugly candle if we're closing this as it is and we start tomorrow to move you down here a little bit. So then the chances that we're hitting here that green zone down here at $4,300 become really, really, really high. So you should definitely look out for that. So if you're currently in an Ethereum position, I would set a stop loss at $4,620. If you entered all the way down here from 4,200 or something like that, just to secure profit if it actually turns around and kicks you out and goes all the way down to $4,300, because then you can just add these profits to your initial position and then you have a bigger position for the turnaround to the upside. Also, on the VPVR, there are some levels on the way down and that you need to pay attention to. $4,500 to $4,440 is a cluster where we could bounce from. And then the next one is actually here, the green box from $4,250 to $4,380 approximately. Then on the 4-hourly chart, so we have now our golden cross that I was talking about just yesterday. Yeah, we're also going to talk about BNB here in a moment. So golden cross came in here. Usually what happens after golden cross, we come back down to the 50 moving average, testing this as support, continue upwards. So that would also coincide with a retest close to $4,300. Doesn't mean that we have to do that, that we have to touch the 50, but the probability is quite high that this is going to happen once we're breaking here below $4,600. So if we are not breaking below that, then you have to watch $4,730. That would be the next level where I would start building a long position in direction of $5,000 and higher. Solana getting rejected here from $231. So I hope most of you guys got stopped out, even though this might be just still consolidation here. That will be invalidated once we close and break below $225 and close the 12-hourly candle below that level. Because then we definitely go a little bit lower than that, back to like $215, $212, $206, something like that, before we turn around and then break $247. Another coin that you need to pay attention to right now is Zcash. That's why I pulled this chart up today. So here, as long as we are above this upward sloping trend line, the upwards trend is intact. So below is basically more or less straight below is the golden ratio that could also act as support. So even if we drop slightly below that, but come then in the next 2 days straight back up, I would keep adding to a Zcash position. So here a proper break of $169, $170 will open up the possibility to go here to the 1.618, the 1.5 extended golden ratio here at $234 and $248 approximately. And I believe that Zcash, with the momentum that it has right now, can go and create a new all-time high. So if you are looking for a nice spot position and you have some money still on the sideline, or even on leverage, but not too much, guys, not too much, 2-3x maximum from current levels, that's what you're looking at here, 152% in my opinion, and it will be a new all-time high at $361 for Zcash. I really believe that Zcash in that bull run, with the momentum that it has right now, can reach that target here. And if you use 2 or 3x leverage, you are looking at 3 to 5x return on the money that you invest into that position. Then Aptos is basically here in this parallel downward sloping channel. Still tried to break out here with the last 4-hourly candle, got rejected right now because Bitcoin is going down. So once this is breaking out, that is your chance, the next breakout, to get into Aptos if you missed it overall, or if we hit the bottom of this channel here at $5.17 approximately. So these are the two levels to watch here for a breakout trade in direction of $6.33. So now ASTER. So ASTER finally, I was waiting for that, finally. So ASTER is holding above $2.11, even though we corrected here a little bit. So we are basically just going sideways and consolidate above that level right now. So really, really important, because as long as we are doing that and consolidate above that level, we're going to get at some point a crazy impulse move to the upside in direction of $2.40, $2.50. That's what I'm looking at here for ASTER right now. And like I said, I have a trade running right now. The trade is on ASTER. I'm up here $800. The trade was yesterday up over $4,000. I should have taken profit and not round-tripped everything, but I'm okay with that. I rather keep holding that position because I know where we are going. You know, I know where we are going, and I rather hold this position than trying to catch here every single move, you know. So I have this position now for a couple of days already, and I'm absolutely fine with that here on BLOFIN. So I have on Bybit another ASTER position also running with even more money than what I'm currently having here. Then Sui has now lost the $3.64 level. You see now why I said this level is so important to hold for Sui. Because now that we got rejected from this level, we are moving back closer to $3.50, $3.45 approximately, and from there gonna get here the turnaround. So you can also see here was a broadening rising wedge forming, which has not broken down yet. It's not broken down yet, but once this is breaking down, and it looks that we are potentially doing that with the next 4-hourly candle, once that is breaking down, we definitely go here to like $3.44, maybe even $3.33, something like that. So that will be a good opportunity to long from there if we are actually breaking down. So if this current upward sloping trend line is holding of that broadening rising wedge, then and we get a bounce from that back to like $3.58, I would start building a position from there. And then the next break at $3.64 should be then the real break that we are waiting for, with then a move in direction of $4 and higher. So now let me see here. Yeah, Ben, I'm also happy that I'm back. Oh, BNB. BNB, I almost forgot. I wanted to look here at BNB. I'm again dying here. Even though I got a new AC today. Crazy. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That might be the short-term top for BNB. $1,350. We came really close to our overall target here. So, but either we start consolidating here now in that area, or you get a proper pullback, at least to $1,225, or even a little bit below that, $1,200, somewhere here, before you get the next move to the upside. So I hope a lot of you guys caught that trade all the way down here when I gave it to you at $1,000 roughly, because you would be up here still 30% from that move. So if here from the original entry, okay, 28%. So and here on the top side, you would have been up 32%. So that is definitely a good return for that short time frame that that we are running this trade. So and maybe at 33%, I would have already pulled the trigger and would have said, hey, you know what? Forget about the other 7%, you know, so I'm out, and would have potentially tried to find a lower entry. If I would have not gotten a lower entry and it would have sent all the way to $1,436 without me, I would have been fine with that, to be honest, you know. So because 33% in a matter of how long? 5 days, guys. Within 5 days, I would have been absolutely happy with that, honestly. So, but yeah, it's definitely BNB season. Meme coins are going absolutely crazy on BNB. Almost nobody gets rugged there right now. I have a really, really good eye on that, because I'm also potentially want to play a little bit around with this. But yeah, time is my problem right now. Again, always a time issue with me. With stuff like that. So, but yeah, this looks pretty toppy for me in the short term with BNB. Let that come down here a little bit before I would consider opening here new positions. So I will be still here for maybe 1 or 2 coins, guys. Let me know in the chat which coins I should go through. I also gonna have a quick look here on the other platforms. If there's something going on in the chat, just want to make sure. Let me see here. No, here's nothing going on in the chat over here. Let's see over there. Guys, 1 or 2 coins really quickly, and then I'm leaving. Let's see, Ton. Oh, Ton, we did not have Ton for a long time. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, Ton sounds good. Let's do Ton. Ton, I think I don't need to change here. No. So let's see here. Oh, actually, I also wanted to talk about here Phantom. So let's do Ton and Phantom, because Ton is one of the Phantom is one of the few that are actually up. I want here. That does not look really. Not a huge fan of that actually. I want to see a reclaim of $2.87. $2.87. Only then I would be interested in taking a long position. So below that, I don't know. I have to have a look here. Let's see. Yeah. So I would maybe start building a position from, but this is risky. That's risky, guys. $2.71 would be a level where I would start building a position. But in between, I would do nothing. Between $2.71 and $2.87, I would not do anything. If we get to $2.71, I would start building a position, but I would cut it at $2.63 and take the loss. And if we break $2.87, then I would start building a position from there, because this can shoot really quickly up here into that imbalance of this candle to close that imbalance just around $3. So now here really quickly, Sonic, similar story, just that we are above that key support resistance flip zone. So let me actually extend this here a little bit. So yeah, we are above 29 cents 26. Here, yeah, I would start building a small position from that level. But also here you need to watch when we come back up here, 31 cents 11. That is really, really important, that level to watch here. So yeah, from current levels, I would start building a position, and I would add more at 31 cents 11, and then you let it run here into 40 cents roughly, and that's where you're gonna take the profit. So if I would set up here, trade like that, 40 cents, so 29% roughly to the upside, stop loss kind of here, 7.3% stop loss, absolutely fine. So let me see here. Okay, I'm gonna do AVAX, and that's the last coin for today. AVAX. Oh, AVAX is breaking down, but we are also on a 12-hourly chart. Give me that line. Yeah. So let's see if we can. Yeah, 9 hours. So 9 hours is a really, really long time here, almost 10 hours to retrace that. So if that current 12-hourly candle is coming back above this downward sloping trend line here, then I would also consider adding to a position or opening a new position. And then you have to watch that breakout here at $30.35. But I think once the altcoin's starting to turn around here and push back to the upside, you get some really, really explosive moves quite fast. Guys, that's it for today from me here. Thank you so much for tuning in here once again. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I see you with bigger portfolios tomorrow.